In the fourth commandment, in the scripture said we gotta keep the Sabbath. Never ever try to take advantage of the son of Yah. I wouldn't take for granted. Woo! Israelites, we gotta come correct for us to teach commandments. If you don't know the laws for you to keep at all, you wouldn't understand it. Oh yeah, yeah. All praises to the Most High. I'm in love with the Most High. Yeah. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High. Yeah. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High. Yeah. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High. Out of Egypt from the house of bondage. Teach some scriptures, trying to kick some knowledge. What a nation from the house of Jacob. Most High said he was going to keep his promise. Try to know it all, it's going to take the time to seek the truth until the day you find it. Trying to get into the kingdom, I gotta prove that I can make it, Father. Gotta prove that I can make it, Father. Life is hard, temptation's harder. All you gotta do is do the best you can. That's the only way it's gonna make you stronger. Woo! Everybody know the end is around the corner.
Christ.
Even the Messiah's job is to try to warn you, oh yeah.
Sent his only begotten son and I represent the truth. He shed his blood on us, we decide for us to speak the truth. Israelites is our obligation to not to break the law. And if we break the one,
then we're responsible for us to break them all. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High.
Christ.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High.
Christ.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High.
Christ.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah. I'm in love with the Most High. Giving all my love to Ha Mashayach. Glad I met the brother named Nakapash. Bad enough the government is watching us. Oh my God, man, I feeling like I'm about to bust. All you Edomites out of luck. Racing right politician is Donald Trump. Shots fired, click clap, man, I'm about to duck. Man, I couldn't go out there with a lot of guts. Thank you, Yah. Have mercy for you to forgive me for all of my sins. If I mess up, then I need to repent. I love the Messiah because he is my friend. I keep the commandments so I can continue to live. I don't want to die in my sins. So, in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, we got to endure to the end. Yeah.
Sent his only begotten son and I represent the truth. He shed his blood on us, we decide for us to speak the truth. Israelites is our obligation to not to break the law. And if we break the one,
then we're responsible for us to break them all.
No, why we not afraid? What? That he's great and terrible. Terrible is destruction. Y'all think he come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying yes we can. No justice, no peace. Yo! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. I, it's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that swore. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We Lord. Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the ox on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. This is my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm higher. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind, less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful. And know, I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk, let my people go, cause that's my battle cry.
All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom, Most High bless. Thank y'all for tuning in. FOPE Israelite School. Today we having our class on the so-called Shield of David, Star of David, or David Morgan, the names that they named it. But tonight we're gonna go over
that wicked star. That wicked star. Everybody keeps saying that's wicked. We're gonna see if it's wicked. My fault. I'm excited. Hallelujah. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
you good. So we're gonna go over that tonight, and we're gonna go into scriptures, archaeology, biblical sources, non-biblical sources, and we're going to see what it is and if it's really the Star of Moloch according to scriptures, because there's only two scriptures in this Bible that pertains to the Star of Moloch, and that's in the book of Amos and in the book of Acts. So we want to see if what brothers is teaching us is correct, or is they teaching to their own understanding, or is they spooked out Israelites? So I'm gonna do a PowerPoint presentation on that. You got something you want to say, QANATH, before we start?
Yeah, sure. You know, I got something to say. Hell, first, let me say this first. Most High bless all of you, right? All the ones that sincerely trying to follow the Most High, and try to be righteous. Okay. And let me apologize too, because sometimes we say things that may be a little bit inappropriate because of the fire that burns in our spirit, right? And we only flesh. Pinch yourself, it hurts, right? We're no different from anybody else, right? So we feel it sometimes. Mind you, it's a lot of newcomers that's following FOPE now, right? And we had people following us for years, right? And we've done a class similar to this already, actually. 7, 8 years ago, maybe 7, 8 years ago. So let me say this too. This is going to be part 1, right? Because Shashay will tell you that if we were to try to do this all in one night, it'd probably take like 8, 9 hours, All right, that's how much scriptures we have and many other books to prove it. You know. Oh, and Chashai, what you kind of, I know it's your presentation, but that video that Yehuda said, I did watch. It was a powerful video. You know, maybe we can play that in the second round or whatever. But like I said, we didn't done this before. It's a lot of evidence. So we're gonna deal with some scripture here. The second part we're gonna mostly have more so scripture on part 2, right? To really nail it, right? Because you got the pomegranate, you got the star, you got the lily, you got the snowflake. You have all these different things that people want to find out what the hell, you know. So Shasham is going to come in and give you some of the knowledge on what's really going on here, right? So Moshe, if you want to say something real quick, you can, and then we'll let Shasham go ahead and take it over. Go ahead.
The only thing I want to say is all praises due to the Most High, and I'm just looking forward to get a better understanding of the, you know, this whole thing about the shield of David, Star of David, Moloch, the pomegranate, and, you know, what is it exactly? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I've been, you know, first off, you know, in this truth for a little over a year now, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get the correct understanding, you know, because I don't want to be one of these, you know, Hebrew Israelites that's spooked out, you know, I can't touch that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You know, I want to get the full understanding, you know what I'm saying? Because from the last understanding that I got, that the actual star we do see is representation of the pomegranate. And it's even said in scriptures about putting the image of the pomegranate on the clothes, which is predominantly worn by the priest. So,
right.
So that's why I wanted to put that out there. Like, yeah.
And Shasham, if you don't mind, we, like I said, we could go into, like I said, won't be a lot of questions answered while he's doing this, but I am happy to see people put things up, whether you believe that this symbol is wicked or not. You know, Sham is not going to read the comments because he's going to be into what he's doing. I'm going to be reading and taking notes on what everybody's saying. One person said here, what does Exodus 20:4 means by no graven image? Is the star not graven? But before Shasham goes into this, I just want to ask a question, right? I just put it up here, right? Something graven you worship, right? A graven image, something that you worship, right? And a lot of times we go by what people tell us and don't use our common sense. You know, when we're in preschool and you know how to, you go in the class, you take the crayon, you draw the sun, right? You draw the sun, and then you put these lines, these little arrows outside the sun, right? And then you draw a star, and you'll somewhat kind of draw it like what you see here on my shirt here, right? You'll do that, right? But then when you look up, sometimes look at the sky, you don't see that. What you see is the what you call it, the aura of it reflecting. You can look at a light bulb in your house, right? And you'll see the beams coming out of it. Yeah, go ahead. You'll see the beams coming out of it, right? So a lot of times when we say stuff in ignorance, and it's only ignorance, don't mean that we're dumb. It just out of ignorance, we just don't know. Because a lot of times you draw the sun, you draw a circle. And we're going to show you a circle is round. A star is round. Right. A star don't have points. You understand? So this is something that a lot of it bypasses us when we coming up. I give you something else. I told my wife this. My wife's smart, man. She's smart. Went to college and everything. And the English language is a very hard language to learn. They say it's the hardest language on the earth. And I was like, how could that be? But because how the hell these people, Japanese, Chinese people, speak this language? Their language is hard. But I'm like, how can English be easy and everybody speaking English? I mean, how can English be hard and everybody speaks it? But then I understand why English is so much harder, because a lot of times you'll say dear, D-E-A-R, dear, D-E-E-R, right? We say to get an F sound, right? Then you get a PH sound. Same thing. Fly, phone, right? You're like, what the hell is going on here with this spelling, pronunciation on how we do things? So it's the same thing with perception of our eyes. You say tsunami, right? Tsunami, if I'm not mistaken, it's a English word, right? But if you get the real pronunciation of it, that's not how you say it, right? That's not how you say it. Look it up. You'll see tsunami. That's how they told us how to say it. But it's spelled with what? A-T. And it say tsunami, right? Look it up. But this is what we say over here. It's tsunami, but we say tsunami. Where have we ever been taught the T was silent in the English language, right? So a lot of times we learn things, we learn about, we just hear it, right? But it's not being taught to hear these things. Just like we hear, when we see this, we say that's a star. This is not a star. A star is a circle, a ball of gas. Okay, a ball of gas. So that's kind of my open introduction to try to get some common sense going on here so y'all can understand, right? And some graven image that you worship. We don't worship a graven image. Your shirt could be an image. Your shoes that you wear on your feet is an image, right? The ring you put on your wife or husband finger is an image. Your car is an image, right? You are an image, right? Do you worship these things? No. Right? If you put a regular necklace around your neck, it's an image.
Tell them stop wearing Nike.
Period. So with that, stop wearing Nike. Stop wearing Timberlands.
Right.
Stop. Everything is an image.
Stop carrying dollar bills with the satanic eye on it.
Where dead presidents on it.
All right. Stop doing all that then. You feel me? But see that the thing is,
don't spend no money. That's an image.
Right. Exactly.
And people worship money. You work to get it. Right? You work to get it. Right? Some of you, when you take jobs, you got to take an oath to get that money. Military, post office, right? You follow policies to keep that money, right? You under law, right? You just signed the contract to get that money. Every time you go for a job, you sign a contract to get that money, to get that graven image. Think about
12 tribes of the children of Israel. Please stay tuned for the whole show, because you got basic knowledge on what we talking about here, bro. And what I'm gonna show tonight is going to be, you want to challenge the information, please come. But what I'm gonna show tonight is going to be
in this part one,
and what you even call a star. So go ahead, QANATH.
No, we about to, I just want to try to. I want you to open your mind up, right? Get the smoke out of your eye. It's very simple. Like the brother 12 tribes, children of Israel. You took a picture of something that's called a star. Do the sun look like that?
Nope.
The sun is a ball of gas, right? The earth, if you someplace else from a far distant planet and look at the earth illuminates, right? And you'll see the earth and think it's a star. And you got to understand what's going on here, right? So I mean, you have to understand that's the beams coming out of the sun, coming out of the light.
Called ultraviolet rays of light. That's all it is. Ultraviolet.
Say it again.
Ultraviolet rays of light. That's what it is. Ultraviolet rays of light. They beams of light that reflects off of stars, whatever. But
I'm gonna say this real quick, Sam. I don't want to give up too much because I can't, because it's so much. There's no way I can give up too much. And I don't know if you're gonna bring this out.
It's about 90 slides I got right here to show. About 90 slides.
Okay, about 90 slides. So I don't want to hold up too much longer, because y'all know we go late. That's what we like to do.
It's Hebrew. We're going through the scriptures. I'm gonna show you that they had it. They wore it. They had necklaces. They had pottery. I'm gonna show y'all stuff that probably nobody in Israel ever showed y'all before dealing with this. Okay?
Right.
So I'm gonna show y'all.
One more thing, Shashank. One more thing. Like we've done a class on it's called the pomegranate, right? And we show you how they wore it, right? It was all in the temples, the pomegranate, right? And I'm sure y'all heard of the pomegranate, right? And a lot of, if you ask yourself, how many seeds, how many laws do we supposed to have? 613 laws.
Right.
Google, everybody got a smartphone right now. Everybody that's on this live right now have a smartphone. Ask Google or Siri, say, how many seeds does a pomegranate has? Right? And you're gonna know, you're gonna find out. I don't know if Shan gonna bring this out, but in the class I'm gonna probably do another week, right? Because this class is long, it's gonna be long also. Google it right now and put it in the chat room and say how many seeds does the pomegranate have, right? And when you crack a pomegranate open and see how it looks in the inside, right? But Shasham, I get the floor to you, my brother. Yashapal, we about ready because we're gonna need you to read too, you know, along with Moshe. So just look at this, brothers and sisters. Just look at this. Get ready to get edified, or what I like to say, FOPE up.
So what I'm showing, family, is all research I've been doing for years, stuff I've been stockpiling, what the Most High been blessing me with, showing me, and I'm not showing no unbiased scholarship. So some stuff is going to say some things that's going to make you go, but that's just how it is when you deal with scholarship. Some people show things because they only want you to believe what you want to believe. But I want y'all to see it for your own opinion. You feel me? That way you can look for yourself. You can see it for yourself. You can read it for yourself. You can see it in the Hebrew for yourself. If somebody tell you you wicked for weighing this, you see what I'm saying? And they're going to tell you if this is the Star of Moloch, challenge them on the knowledge from what I'm about to show y'all and tell them prove it. When I bring it out, tell them prove that it's the Star of Moloch. Because the Star of Moloch is not what you see here or what you see on the screen. The Star of Moloch is planet worship. It's the worship of the planet Saturn. That's all it was, and the sacrifice of children. It had nothing to do with what they call a so-called shield of David or two triangles and what they teach. The Bible don't support it, not in the Hebrew or not in the English. It's not there. So with that, we're going to start, and I'm going to go to the first slide. Let me pull this up here. Now, when you're dealing in the nation of Israel, most teachings and stuff that Israelites deal with is they deal with what I call regurgitated information. A lot of Israelites don't study. They only teach what they learn what their elders teach. When you come into the knowledge, your elders will tell you get about 4 or 5 books: a Bible, King James Version 1611, a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, Apocrypha, Babylon and Timbuktu, and maybe another book. You could just say another book or a good concordance. That's what they'll tell you. That's what most of the Israelites.
Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Right. The Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the Apocrypha, King James 1611. Like I said, a good concordance, and Babylon and Timbuktu. This is what most Israelites and most from when you come up in the One West school of thought is what the elders teach you to get. Majority of the Israelites out here do not have a library. They do not have Hebrew books. They don't have a lot of things. But the elders teach them whatever they teach them. That's what they believe. But they don't do real research or study for themselves because that's what they taught. But me, I have about 45 different Bible dictionaries. And I'm going to show y'all out of 2 Bible dictionaries. I didn't want to make this thing super long because I could have pulled more. I'm going to show you out a simple one and a good one about the word star. Because when you go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, you're not going to find it there. So that's another way that they trick a lot of other brothers. So we're going to read out. I'm going to go to the first slide and y'all see it for yourself. Here we go. So as you can see, it's on the screen. Yes. Okay. What you see here, Bible Dictionary and Concordance, over 6,000 biblical names and terms. Next slide. We're going to look up the word star in there. All right. So you can see on the screen, it says stars. The Hebrews included under the names of stars, the planets. This is something that a lot of Israelites don't know. Some of these stars that you read about in the scriptures is also planets. They're not just what you think. These are also called planets. So when you go into the Hebrew and you go into the English, now you know that the stars and the other planets is named under stars. And all the other heavenly bodies except the sun and the moon. Why is that? Because the sun and the moon play major prophecy in the scriptures. As you read on into Revelations in different parts of the Bible, it speaks about the sun and the moon, but it don't talks about all the other planets. So it don't name them. So they listed the planets under stars. Okay, that's one Bible dictionary. It's giving you a reference. Give you another one. Oh, well, I'm gonna deal with this slide while it's right here. Yeah.
The other part where it said in that slide, it said Christ is called the morning star.
Right, but
in that slide you just left.
That's true, but you know, when you deal with that, Christ is called the morning stars. The saints is called the morning stars as well in the book of Psalms. So it refers to people as stars too, but it's not talking about a literal planet. Yes,
exactly.
Hold on 1 second, Pana.
Sure. And you see what it says, see asteroids, right? And like I said, nobody's worshiping any so-called stars or planets.
Right. So
what
you're saying, right? Even the saints is called the morning stars. I believe it's in the book of Psalms, but I didn't add all that in here because it'd just be too much because there's already a lot already. So y'all can see now planets is named under stars. So we'll go to the next and dealing with Moloch. Moloch only mean king or ruler, okay? But we dealing with Moloch here. It says Moloch, okay, the idol of the Ammonites and of the Jews, okay? So can you read Leviticus 18 and 21 for me, because when you deal with Moloch in the Hebrew, Moloch means king. King David is a Moloch. It's Malach Dawad. That's how you say King David in Hebrew. Malach Dawad. Same thing with the King of Kings, Lords of Lords, Yahawashi. He's a Moloch, which is Malach Yahawashi, which is King Yahawashi, King of Kings, Lords of Lords. So when people say, "Oh, this is Star of Moloch," Moloch only means king. We are. The scripture says He's going to make us a nation of kings and priests. So we are Moloch, okay? But the Moloch is just king. The deity of Moloch is Rempham. That's the deity that they worship. So read Leviticus 18 and 21, and you're going to see what exactly was what they was doing.
Oh, you want me to read?
Yes, Leviticus 18, 21.
All right. This is book Leviticus 18, 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Moloch.
Right. Now, the fires of Moloch deals with the altar. Same way the children of Israel had an altar, a tabernacle where we did sacrifices of animals and stuff. The children of Israel were doing human sacrifice with their kids through the fires of Moloch. And as we go further on, I'm gonna show you, it's going to tell you in other books how we had the temple and everything built and set up when they were sacrificing the children. Read on that. Is that the end of the verse?
No.
Read on.
And pass through the fire of Moloch. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord.
Right. So that's how we profane the name of the Lord, by worshiping a false idol, which was Moloch, and sacrificing our children, which is human sacrifice, which is against the scriptures. So Moloch only mean king. King David is a Moloch. King Saul is a Moloch. All the kings of Israel is Molochs. Even ourselves are Molochs, which is kings, rulers. That's all it means. Okay. Now we're going to finish dealing with the star part. So y'all know what a Moloch is. We're going to deal with the planet Saturn. And you're going to deal with the stars. So I'm going to go to the next slide. So what you see here is the Unger's Bible Dictionary. Okay. Now this is give you a better definition of how we deal with a star. So what you see here on the screen, right? It says star. What you see here, Hebrew. The word star in the Hebrew is kawakab. You see what the definition is? Round or shining. Round or shining. Round or shining. Round or shining. Second source. It's another source, but I'm gonna show it to you in the Hebrew as well, because the Bible do not support stars with points, because there's no such thing. That's new modern day terminology. Okay, and to give you a scripture that support that, please read Wisdom of Solomon 13:2 in the Apocrypha. It's going to support it in the Bible, in the Bible dictionary. It's going to support the same thing. Wisdom of Solomon 13:2. And let me finish reading this. It says in the Greek, Ashtar. Under the term star, the term stars, the Hebrews included constellations, planets, once again. So when you read about a star, it talks about constellations and it talks about planets. Now, constellations is 88 constellations when you look up constellations, and it deals with a number of stars and a few planets that may be in that constellation. And they have different names for them. The constellation of the bear, and I forgot the rest of them. It's 88 of them, okay? Constellations when you deal with that. Can you read Wisdom of Solomon 13:2, please, out?
13:2. Wisdom of
John,
Solomon.
I got it.
All right.
I got it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 2. But deem either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle
The what?
of the stars.
And what is a circle? A circle
The
is round.
circle,
Read it
the
again.
circle of the stars.
The circle of the stars. The stars are circular. And what you see off them that you think that's points, or what you call a triangle, what you're not looking at, you're looking at ultraviolet light. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, let me finish reading on that too. I'm gonna finish reading the whole verse.
All
but
right.
deem either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violet water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods, small g, gods with govern the world. See, we don't worship a circle, right? And we don't worship a star, right? And we showed you what Moloch means, and we showed you the star is circle, right? So now we showed it to you in the Hebrew, Kaiwokab, round or shining. Kaiwokab, round or shining.
All
so
right.
at the end of the day, you can take it or leave it. It is what it is. If you going against what the word said,
hold on. That's not even the actual. That's not even the actual Hebrew. We still in the English. I'm talking about go to the actual Hebrew dictionary, and you want to see it in the Hebrew for yourself too. This is just the English part. I ain't even dealt with the Hebrew yet. So we're dealing with the word kawakab, and now y'all see what it is. So Wisdom of Solomon supports what we're reading right here out of the Bible dictionary. That's why you got to have more than one Bible dictionary and good Bible dictionaries, because Zondervan don't have everything in it. But that's the Bible dictionary, only Bible dictionary that Israelites love to teach One West Israelites to buy, because they have ham in there. That's their main favorite thing about that Bible dictionary. But let's move on. So now y'all know we have multiple sources telling you that the planets is included under the word stars when we read in the Bible, and constellations. So it's not always talking about a star, but it could be talking about a planet, or it could be talking about a constellation. Okay? So we're going to move on. Now, what you see here, right, is the Aramaic New Covenant, a literal or transliteral translation of the New Testament.
Can you blow that up a little bit?
The reason why I brought this out is because I had the Hebrew New Testament was written in Aramaic as well, not just Greek. But a lot of people don't understand, when you read the New Testament in Greek, the word, the Greek scriptures for Acts 7:43 that talks about the Star of Moloch, that is a corrupt verse, always has been. And I'm going to show it that it's a corrupt verse. That's why I don't understand why Israelites always run to the New Testament verse dealing with the Star of Moloch, when they shouldn't even deal with it. They only should deal with it in the Old Testament, because the Greek version is corrupted from the Old Testament. So I'm going to show that later down the line. But we're going to read what it literally says in the Hebrew in the New Testament when you read it from the Aramaic translation. So we have the verse here. QANATH, you want to read it? Or I'll read it. This is
sure. Okay. Go ahead.
This is Acts 7:43. And it says,
Acts, okay. Acts.
Yeah, I'm talking about what I got on the screen though. It says, but ye carried the tabernacle of Malachim, which is Moloch, okay? The star of your God Remfam. Remfam is the actual deity. Images you worked for worshiping, and I remove you afar from Babel, which is Babylon. That's the proper translation in the New Testament when you read it out of the Aramaic Hebrew. Okay? So now we're going to go to the actual King James version of the Hebrew out of the Hebrew New Testament here. Okay? And we're going to read it in the King James version of it in the English here, which is Acts 7:43. It says, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, the star of your god Remfam, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. Now, what we need to do is we need to look at the verse in Hebrew. When we look at the verse in Hebrew here, this is the Hebrew New Testament. This is the word you see here for star. Kawakab. 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 That's the word for star in the Hebrew, okay? This is the same word that's in Amos. This is the same word in the New Testament in the Hebrew for star. It's the only word you're going to see there. So now let's look at the definition of star in the Hebrew. And let's see if the English translation support the Hebrew translation and what we read in the dictionaries to support what is a star, and does it have 6 points, or is it 2 triangles pointing up north and south? According to them, that's what it is. But the English and the Hebrew says something different. Here we have it, the definition. Kawakab in Hebrew. As you can see, this is a Hebrew out of my Hebrew dictionary. You see other Hebrew around it where I highlighted it, right? Can y'all see that good? All right.
Yes,
so now we're looking at it in the Hebrew. Okay. So now you see the word Kawakab here, right? You see what it says at the top? It says round, globe, star, planet. The exact same thing we read in the English. The definition: round, globe, star, planet. That's what a star is according to the Bible. It's round, it's globe, a planet, it's a star, and also the word comet appears there too. Okay? So if they telling you that the star of Moloch is 2 triangles up and down, the Hebrew do not support it. The English do not support it. So where's they getting that from? But they tell us that QANATH, we don't know anything, and we pseudo,
right?
And we don't study, and we stupid, and we dumb. But you looking at them,
right,
and they teaching us this. We're actually looking at them like they're the dumb ones because the Bible don't support it. It's not there as a Star Remfam. The Hebrew, the English.
We're going to show you what Remfam mean, all that as well too. This is part 1. You're right, Up.
So now y'all see,
right. It's right there.
It's right there in your face. That proven out of the English and the Hebrew and the scriptures themselves that the star of Moloch, what you call a star, is not what you're looking at. It has nothing to do with this on my neck. And I'm gonna move on to the next slide.
Let me say something real quick. And while he's going next slide, eventually he's going to get to what that is that you're actually looking at that is on his neck. But right now we showing you what it's not and showing you what you think a star is, and we showing you actually what a star is. A round circular globe in the English and in the Hebrew.
Right.
That illuminates.
They can't get around it. They can't get around it. They can't beat the scriptures, then they can't beat the Hebrew. They can teach the zombies a lie because they'll believe anything. But us that study, that read, that got common sense, that know, you're not going to get it over on us with that one. So what you see here is the Jerome Biblical Commentary. All right. Yasha Paul, what's the name? Can y'all read this for me? Now this is dealing with the New Testament.
Yasha Paul got it.
And it's dealing with Amos and all that, right? Just tell her read what's highlighted and our commentary on it.
Okay. All right.
With a change of Damascus to Babylon, Amos's words refer indeed to the cult of astral deities.
Hold on. Now it says astral deities. Astros is stars. So it's telling you is referring to the star deities. Remember, we just showed y'all that stars also mean planets. So this the star deity that Abraham talking about is actually the planet Saturn. We're going to prove that as we go along. Read on.
Venerated by Assyrians, Sakuth and Kaiwan. However, the words of Amos were misunderstood by the LXX translators, just as they were by the Quentin, author of CD.
You skip that.
Okay, I'll skip that. The tent of Moloch, thus is the LXX translation of the words that in Hebrew mean Sakuth, your king.
So Moloch means king.
Right.
It involves a confusion with the god of Moloch of Jeremiah 32:35, 2 Kings 23:10, the star of the god of Rephaim.
Right. Read on.
Variants in the LXX and in the New Testament read Romfa, Rayfan, Remfan, etc., which represent a pre-Christian corruption and misunderstanding of Amos's text that reads Kaiwan, possibly equal to Saturn.
Thank you. Right on the money. So now you see it for yourself. Amos is a corruption in the New Testament. And I've been telling brothers this for years. They don't pay attention to it, though. I mean, not Amos, Acts. Acts is a corruption of Amos in the New Testament. Okay? And it's talking about the planet Saturn, because many other sources pointed right to the star, which it is, which we showed y'all that stars are planets, is pointing right to the planet Saturn, because that was the star that they worship, not two triangles that points up north and south. Okay? As you can see right there in the slide, it tells you right there.
It's
Saturn. Yes.
Cause next time make it bigger, she said when she read it. It looks good right there.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
All right. So now we're gonna go into this Bible word studies in the New Testament, okay? And this speaks about Amos as well. So we're going to read about, I mean, not Amos, Acts. We're going to read about the chapter Acts. Can you read this for me, Yashapa? Let me make it big for you.
What was it called? Word studies and what?
That looks great.
Hold on. Here it is right here. Word studies in the New Testament.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, mind you, this is not PF, what you call that? Get offline. All these are books that he has at his home.
Biblical sources. Is that good enough, Yashapa? So now we're going to we're going to talk about the host of heaven. We're going to talk about star worship, okay? And the worshiping of the stars. Okay? So can you read that for me?
The host of heaven, star worship, or Sabianism, the remnant of the ancient heathenism of Western Asia, which consisted in the worship of the stars and spread into Syria, though the Chaldean religion was far from being the simple worship of the host of heaven, the heavenly bodies being regarded as real persons and not merely metaphorical representations of astronomical phenomena. It is to the Sabian worship that Job alludes when, in asserting the purity of his life, he says, "If I beheld the sun when it shined, and the moon walking in brightness, and my heart hath been secretly enticed, or my mouth kissed my hands, this also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge, for I should have denied the God that is above." Though not a part of the religion of the Egyptians, Rawlinson thinks it may have been connected with their earlier belief, since prayer is represented in hieroglyphics by a man holding up his hands accompanied by a star. Herodotus.
Now let's deal with the tabernacle of Moloch.
Tabernacle of Moloch, the portable tent temple of the god to be carried in procession. Moloch was an Ammonite idol to whom children were sacrificed. According to rabbinical tradition, his image was hollow, heated from below, with the head of an ox and outstretched arms, into which children were laid, their cries being stifled by the beating of drums. Remphan. The texts vary between Remphan, Rephan, and Romphan. It is supposed to be the Coptic name for Saturn, to which the Arabs, Egyptians.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It is supposed to be the Coptic name for Saturn, to which the Arabs, Egyptians, and Phoenicians paid divine honors.
All right. So now y'all see what your star was that they worship. It was the actual planet Saturn. That is the star that they worship. The star is Saturn, that planet, because we proved that planets in the Bible is also stars. Now, can you read 2 Kings 23:5? And I'm going to show you in the scriptures where they worship planets in the Bible. The stars and all that is in the scriptures. 2 Kings 23:5. And we're going to read that. Proving it even more.
2 Kings 23:5. And he put down the idolatrous priest, whom the king of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah and in the places round about Jerusalem. Them also that burn incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the planets.
And to the what?
And to the planets.
There you have it. And there you go. Star worship. They was put them down because they was worshiping the planets.
Planets.
Again, stars. Or what y'all would try to say is,
and to all the hosts of heaven.
The host of heaven. That's what they was worshiping right there in the scriptures. But they want to tell you that this is the star of Moloch. Now, when you ask them for understanding on the scriptures, they don't break nothing down. They don't give you no Hebrew. They go and get cartoon videos, Yu-Gi-Oh. They go get some witchcraft books with the Kabbalah and Kodak Magic. I say they use it for satanic. They use anything and anything for Satan. They use a rainbow and made it into Satan worship and homosexuality. But we know it has nothing to do with that. Okay? We're going to move on now to the planet Saturn. To even dig deep, a little deeper into the planet Saturn. So we got to go into this right here. Like I said, not biblical source, but I'm using biblical sources and non-biblical sources. So what you see here is this. It's called the Random House Encyclopedia. This is probably one of the best encyclopedias I've ever seen in my life. It got so much information on it, from planets to everything. I love this book. So I'm gonna go to the next page, Yashapa. You can read this, and this is talking about the planet Saturn. And what you see here, right here on the screen, is stars, and what you see here is the planet Saturn. Now we're gonna read the inserts. We're gonna read the inserts on what it says about the planet Saturn. So Yashapa, can you read right here 7, which highlighted on this side?
Sure. Although Saturn is bright to the naked eye, it is impossible to detect any trace of its intricate ring system without a telescope.
Stop. Now that's a major point. They just told you it's impossible to see the ring system without a telescope. So if you sitting here looking at the planet Saturn from your naked eye and you looking at stars, you can't even tell a goddamn difference. You can't even tell a difference. Again, but we're going to keep reading because we're going to show you how unintelligent they are. But they say, QANATH, that we're stupid and dumb. Read on.
Right.
The only way to distinguish Saturn from the stars is by its slow movement.
Hold on. Wait a minute. It says the only way that you can tell a difference. I'm sorry. The only way that you can tell a difference from Saturn and from the stars, letting you know right there that the planet, the star, the Saturn, the planet that Moloch that they worship, you can't even tell a difference from the naked eye. Now show me in ancient times where the Israelites had a goddamn telescope. Please, somebody show me where they had a telescope, where they can see some damn rings and all that foolish stuff they talking, man. Get out. They liars, and they don't want to deal with the truth. But cut it out. You can't even tell a difference. It's just cutting.
Hey, let me say, can I say something to you real quick? Can I say something real quick to you? A comment is made, right? And I'm not gonna really go into comments because right now you're on fire. All praise to the Most High. Say, well, if we had common sense, why did we join the camp? Well, the scripture says knowledge shall increase.
Thank you.
And the scripture also give you opportunity to repent, right? So if you was taught wrong and believed something, you repent. Just like right now, a lot of us going around calling ourselves black or African American. Go ahead, Shalom. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, sister. You can finish reading that.
Okay, I'm gonna start back at where it says the only way.
That's fine.
The only way to distinguish Saturn from the stars is by a slow movement from one night to the next. The planet Saturn is seen against its star field in this photograph.
And here you have it. Now, I would have known that this was the planet Saturn unless I told y'all. So can y'all?
You sure that's not 6 point? You sure that's not a 6 point image?
I don't see that sitting in the sky right
We're gonna get it to tell you what that is too. But go ahead.
These niggas told me I'm slow. Hey, you know what he said? You know
how we get this time,
because y'all can't answer a simple question. Look, the scripture says you know in part, you prophesy in part. We're not saying we know it all, but what we're saying is, man, stop lying to the people. This is not a star. It has nothing to do. It's not even in the scriptures. You can't find it in the Hebrew. You can't find it in English. And now we're dealing with the actual planet Saturn, what it is, and they still can't deal with it. They say you can't tell a difference. Now show me that Israelites had telescopes back in the ancient times. Please, somebody show me.
Nope.
All right. I'm gonna go to the next slide. So, all right. Can y'all read? Can she read this?
Come on, man.
Go ahead. That's fine.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says the outer planets. In ancient times, Saturn was the outermost of the planets known to man. There were 7 main bodies in the solar system. The 5 planets visible to the naked eye, plus the sun and the moon. And because 7 was the mystical number of the astrologers, no more planets were expected.
Exactly. Now they telling you that was one of the main planets that was naked to the eye. So y'all can clearly see why it was a big star worship of the astral deities. Common sense. But they wouldn't know that because they don't research like we do. All right, we're gonna go to the next slide. Now let's deal with a star. I mean, we in the same book. Can you read this, sister, about what is a star according to this book?
A star, hot, gaseous, self-luminous object.
Luminous.
Right. Now, when you're dealing with luminous, it's speaking of the ultraviolet lights. Ultraviolet lights that beam out of something circular, a star. It has nothing to do with points and what they call points when you're looking at an actual star. Read on.
Such as the sun, that emits energy principally in the form of heat and light, produced through thermonuclear reactions occurring in its interior. Stars are thought to be formed out of nebular concentrations of interstellar matter, and thereafter follow certain evolutionary patterns governed by their physical characteristics. Their diameters vary considerably, from several million miles for low-density red supergiants to Earth-like dimensions for enormously dense white dwarfs. Stellar temperatures also show wide variations from about 1500 K to 80,000 K. And stars are grouped into well-defined spectral types and luminosity classes.
Luminosity illuminates.
Right. Thank you. So let me move on to the next slide. Now let's deal with the Star of David. This is the same book, but they say a Star of David, Moloch. Let's see what it says in here. Can you read this, please?
Star of David, Magen David, or Shield of David, has evolved into a symbol of Judaism.
Not right there.
It is a six-pointed.
Stop right there. Now it says Star of David, Morgan David, or Shield of David. It has evolved. When you look at the word evolved, it means it changed to something else. Okay, right. So it changed. It was the Shield of David. Then over time they changed it to the Morgan David, and then they changed it to the Star of David. Okay, read on.
It is a six-pointed star formed by two equilateral triangles.
Okay, so its
origin is unknown.
Okay, so they're calling it a star, which we know because of modern times. Okay, but they're telling you it's formed by two triangles, but we know that's not a star according to scriptures. It's not a star according to the Hebrew. It's not a star according to common sense. This is modern terminology. Read on.
Its origin is unknown. It was used at one time as an emblem by pagans, Christians, and Muslims alike. The Nazis used it to brand Jews.
Now we know
it is often traced.
We know that it was used by the Nazis because Hitler was branding the fake Jews with it because he said, y'all want to be Jews? So he started branding the Jews with that symbol, and it had the word swasa on it, which means black, because that symbol identifies the nation of Israel, which is a fact. He was branding them with it, swastika, because he said, oh, y'all want to be black? That's why he burnt them in the ovens. Why didn't he use a manure? You know what I mean? Why he ain't brand them with
them? You be black, throw your butt in the oven. Hey, you get black. You get
black. Now watch what it said at the end. Read on.
It is often traced to King David, and Jewish warriors used it on their shields.
Now, when you read it, right, it said it is often, meaning traced, many times, frequently, over and over again. It was traced to King David, and the Jewish warriors used it on their shields. Now, like I said, I'm giving y'all all sources, all references. You can go check this stuff out for yourself, and you can decide, right? But now I'm about to show you another slide where I actually believe that this is a picture of the actual shield of David in a biblical book. You'll see it for yourself. And then we're going to get into the other archaeologies later down the line. So this book right here is called Reader's Digest, The Story of the Bible World, and Maps, Word and Pictures by Nelson Beecher Keys. Okay? Tells you right here, the biblical world at the time of the patriarchs from 2000 to 1600 BC, right? Now, let's look at the very next slide. What you see here says the Empire of David. Can you tell me what that is? Is that not a shield? The Empire of David and Solomon, 1000 to 922 BCE. Look what you see. It's an actual shield. Beautiful shield. Beautiful shield.
Yep.
Beautiful shield. And a biblical book, biblical source book. And we just read out a non-biblical book that they traced it to King David and to the warrior shield many and many and many times, over and over and over. So I'm gonna go to the next slide now. We'll deal with this book called symbols, signs, and signets. Okay.
Oh.
Since everybody want to deal with symbols, signs, we'll see what's in this book. Okay. So what you see here at 595, it says the 6-pointed star of creation. 596, the Star of David, Seal of Solomon. And 622, Menorah of the Old Testament. It's a reason why those are highlighted the way they are, because I want to show y'all what's referenced and what you're going to see when I go to the next slide. This is what they call a star of creation. Now, why would that be in there and the signs and symbols that's a star of creation? Because when you look in creation, you have many creations that have that same shape. That same shape. And I'm going to show it as we keep going. Has that same shape. So let me go next. Here you have what they call the Shield of David or Star of David. Okay. Now, this is what they have in here as an Old Testament menorah. Y'all see it? The menorah, what you see at the bottom of it. I have this actual menorah in my house right now. Hold on, let me show it.
All praises.
Here's the actual menorah. Menorah of the Old Testament. See? The same exact menorah.
Hallelujah. Get the ones up. Most High bless. Like buttons up. Most High bless.
So now I'm gonna show you that in creation. Now I'm gonna show you in creation that it solidifies in creation. So Yashapa, can you read this for me?
We're gonna get there, brother Poole. Just relax, brother. We showed you stars around already. What you want us to read?
What I got on the screen.
Okay.
Geology, principles, and processes.
All right. So this book deals with things that happen on the Earth atmosphere. So I'm gonna go to the next page, and you can read just the title and what's highlighted.
Snow, ice, and valley glaciers. Freezing of groundwater. Fresh water under ordinary surface conditions forms ice when the temperature reaches 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And as it passes from the liquid to the solid state.
Okay. Next slide. You can read what's highlighted under there.
Snowflakes, showing some of the crystal patterns assumed by water as it solidifies from the atmosphere.
Now, this is naturally creations of the earth by the Most High. What do we see here? So is this satanic because it has what you would call 6 points?
Exactly.
Is it evil? Naturally made by the earth. Is it pagan?
Creation. Hey, Shasha, let me say something real quick to my brother.
Go ahead.
What we're dealing with archaeology, we're dealing with scripture, and we're dealing with science. And like I said earlier, we done a class on this before, like 7-8 years ago. Okay, and it's over 5, 6, maybe 7 hours. I don't know. And like I said, this is part 1, right? So, and I know some people listen. If you want to be combative, you can. But this is listen. That's all we ask you. Just listen. And this is just part 1, right? A lot of times people jump out there. You're gonna jump out there too soon. Trust me. So we're dealing with the archaeology of it. We're dealing with the scriptures, and we're dealing with the science, right? And we're gonna go more into it. Go ahead, Shashan.
Right. So now what you see on this slide here is basically the symbol and creation. You see it here on the flower. You see it here, the pomegranate bud. Okay. You see it here in the snowflakes. You see it here in the lilies. Now let's get this out of the scriptures. If this symbol or the shape was so evil, when this shape was used, when I'm gonna show even more archaeology that we had it on necklaces, you're gonna see it on synagogues, you're gonna see it on coins, you're gonna even see the 5-point one on coins. Can you read a scripture for me, Moshe? I need you to read Songs of Solomon 6 and 11. Let's deal with the pomegranate bud. Or somebody, Songs of Solomon, chapter verse 6 and 11.
Go ahead, Moshe.
Wait, what was that chapter again?
Songs of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 11. And we're going to show you that this is in the scriptures.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 6 and 11.
Yes.
I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruit of the valley and see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranate budded.
Right, budded forth. So what you're looking at here,
budded.
You're looking at the bud of the pomegranate that bud forth. What do y'all see there? What do y'all see there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You see exactly what you see on the shield.
Right.
No difference in the scriptures. It's the exact same thing that when we do the second part was told to be put on the high priest garments and embroidery and in needlework. It's in the scriptures. Not what they be showing them little balls. That's not the pomegranate that it's talking about. It's talking about needlework and embroidery. That's what you're looking at in 3 colors, which is in the high holy colors, which was in scarlet, purple, and blue. And that's what you, the bud of the pomegranate right there that budded forth. Can you go to second address 5 and 24, please?
Can I read that again? Can I read that one more time?
Yeah.
It says, I went down. It says, I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley, right? The creation, like we were talking about, and to see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranate budded. Now, like I said, in part 2, we're going to show you why they went down there to see the pomegranate budded, right? All this is significant in understanding what was being taught to the brothers and sisters during this time, right? What? Why would it be important for them to see the pomegranate bud?
Exactly.
Right? Who cares?
Why would it in the scriptures? That's the thing. And you,
right? Why is it about a pomegranate budding? Right? And we're going to tell you that. We're going to tell you that, right? That may be in part 2, maybe in part 1. We may bring it up, but we're going to tell you that. And like I said, when you read Psalms, when you look up how many seeds in a pomegranate, you're going to see, right? And that's bud. And when you cut it in half, it's going to look the exact same way, just like that. 613 seeds. The seed of the pomegranate budded, right? It represents a lot of things in the scriptures, right? But go ahead, my bad. I just want to bring it out. It's important. See, let me make sure. Is that wicked? Is that an idol? Is that a graven image?
Right. And
that's a budded pomegranate. Yeah, show your necklace.
And they actually they worshipped it in the scriptures, but I didn't bring that out. We'll say that for another class. We'll show you where they actually worship the bud of the pomegranate in the scriptures. So there's a lot of stuff in the scriptures people don't know about. And when you ask them about it, they don't know. So they'll tell you something, but they ain't gonna tell you nothing. They just go around it or ignore it. But it's in the scriptures. They actually worship the bud of the pomegranate in the scriptures. And we're going to show it too, but not on this class. That'll be for another part. Now, can you go back? Can you read second address 5 and 24, please?
Second address.
Anytime you want to interject, you can interject, Kunaf. So now let's deal with the lily flower. We're looking at right here. Second address 5 and 24.
Second address 5 and 24. And of all lands of the whole world,
read.
Thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily.
One lily. The Most High favorite flower is the lily. You're looking at it right here. Has the exact same shape as what they call the shield of David. What they're trying to tell us is the Star of Moloch. And guess what? When we go to the next class, you want to find out that he had all these shapes in the temples of Solomon. Same with the pomegranate bud shape, all in the temple, all in the high priest garments, all through the scriptures. Because every time we ask somebody to bring it out and show us how did it look, what exactly what it was, what was it, they never bring any information. All they do is say,
let me say this too. Remember when you
go ahead, Doc.
I'm sorry. Remember you was talking about creation, right? When something budded, right, it's coming to bloom, meaning it's ripe, right? Then he said the pit, right? Dealing with create the pit, meaning the seed, right? And then once the pit was planted and the seed, it budded, and what came out on this one? The lily. Why is this important? The lily is what? The Most High what?
Favorite flower.
Favorite flower. Right? Now let me ask you, is that a graven image?
Nope.
Like I said before, is your shoes, your shirt, a graven image? We have to start thinking here. Let's start thinking. And we haven't even scratched the surface. To be honest with you,
we didn't even hit the archaeology part yet. We just hitting simple stuff. Wait till we get to the archaeology other stuff. When you start saying the archaeology. Next slide. All right, now let's deal with this. This is an atom in your body. The nucleus, the proton, the neutron, the electron inside of your DNA. Look at it.
The science.
Look at the shape.
And we're dealing with the DNA.
So is that DNA wicked? I mean, is y'all afraid of the shape or what? What is it? The symbol? I don't know.
Creation. This is creation.
Creation.
This is the creation. Okay.
I agree. That's what they call it because they're in modernized time. That's why they call it the star. Because
no, it's not just modernized time, Shashan. It's what we said in the open beginning, my brother. It says what he said started out is what somebody taught them, right? Like they told you was black and you was African American, right? They told us stars was the star or the so-called pomegranate lily or what we wear, what people put on a chain. Star of Moloch, right? It's what somebody was taught, right? And it's out of ignorance. In fact, watch this. We used to teach the same thing, right? But the Most High put spirit. So you know what? Research, study, pray. That's what we did. And like I said, this thing is all in the DNA. Is in the scripture. We didn't even bring out all the. Wait till we get to the scriptures. Wait till we get there, right? But go ahead,
Look how beautiful that
all
is.
of them with the creation.
Now look, what you have here is the block Hebrew. Look how it fits right into the symbol. The whole block script of the Hebrew that Ezra did. Look at it. The whole language into it. And you can find these scriptures writings. The whole language. Amazing. But that's why I said only of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Only of the Most High.
It's crazy.
We're going to go into this book right here, right? Called The Mysteries of the Bibles by Reader Digest. Okay. Yashapa, you mind reading for me again?
Sure.
All right. So.
Sir, say my DNA is pagan.
Let's read what it. We want to read what it says here. I'm gonna blow it up so you can see it and keep going down. And remember, I'm showing all biblical sources. So if you want these books, you can buy them yourself. But remember, I'm showing sources, not just slides. And you say, well, we don't know where he got the information from. You getting all the references. Ain't nobody hiding nothing. We ain't hiding no information. You saying it for yourself. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Yashapa.
I'm ready. Star of David, Seal of Solomon. Symbols of the 12 tribes of Israel appear on this modern Star of David pendant.
Stop.
The origin of the Star of David.
Stop. Now you notice it said the symbols of the 12 tribes. So wait a minute. The 12 tribes have symbols. We all have symbols. You see what I'm saying? So we know that. You see what I'm saying? That we have symbols. So read on.
The origin of the Star of David, now widely recognized as the emblem of Judaism, is obscure. One legend is that King David bore a hexagram-shaped shield when he fought Goliath.
Stop right
Originally a pagan.
Now, we don't support that because the scriptures don't support that he had bore the shield. So some, like I said, some stuff we're reading is just what they put in the books. But you know, just like any books, you eat the meat, spit out the bones. Read on.
Originally a pagan ornament, the hexagram was later named both the Star of David or Magen David and the Seal of Solomon. By the Middle Ages, the symbols were used as talismans against evil.
Stop. Now, it said during the Middle Ages, which the Middle Ages is really the Dark Ages because they changed the Middle Ages to the Dark Ages because it was all dark rulers during that time. They said that it was a talisman, okay? The symbol was used as a talisman, meaning a necklace against evil. So wait a minute now. Why nobody never bring that out, that this was used against evil? But they only tell us that it's evil or that was for evil. But now we got a biblical source telling us that it was used against evil. Read on.
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Hey, Pooh, don't do no more comments, brother. Wait till we finish, because that's not the Bible. Reading out of different sources, right? I just find it ironic during this whole class we read scriptures. You didn't come and say we finished reading the scriptures. Now, you said something very important here, right? It was used for a shield, right, against wickedness, right?
Right, a talisman, necklace.
Right. Now watch this. What did was it Solomon or was it David? Who played the harp? Which one played the harp? David. Right? David. And what did he use that instrument to when he played the music to do?
Drive out evil spirits.
He healed. He drove out evil spirits and healed people with the harp. So now is the harp a graven image? Is it wicked? Is it pagan? He used the music.
Let's not pay that guy no mind, man. He trying to mess up the process. I ain't even paying this dude no mind. I'm worried about.
Yeah, I don't want to block you. I don't want to block you, brother. Just relax.
I'm good.
All right, go ahead.
He can say what he want. If you know what you know, make a video refuting all the information. Don't come up and saying, y'all don't know this. Make a video refuting all the information we're gonna bring out. That's what you do. So you can read on, Yashapa.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Okay. The terms. I can't see what that says. The term something of Solomon. Okay. The terms Seal of Solomon and Magen David were used interchangeably in magical texts. By the 19th century, the Star of David had gained ascendancy and appeared in Jewish ritual and on synagogues. The Seal of Solomon, often depicted as two interlacing triangles, retained its magical associations. One interpretation is that its conjoining light and dark triangles represent the unity of body and soul. In 1897, the Star of David was adopted by the Zionist Congress. But it was not until World War II when the Nazis forced European Jews to wear a yellow star as a badge of shame and ultimately death that it took on a powerful resonance of triumph over despair.
Now, why would they?
In 1948.
Now, QANATH, why would they make them wear that as a badge of shame if it was something that belonged to them? You feel me? Why would you shame somebody with something? Hitler knew the Jews was black, did he not? He knew Jesse Owens was, he wouldn't even shake Jesse Owens' hand. He knew the Jews was black. Then he put that symbol on him to make him wear as a badge of shame and put swastika on it, which means black. So why would he put that on him? Why would he put that on him as a badge of shame?
Right.
You can finish it, Yashapa.
Right, exactly.
In 1948, it was chosen as the central design in the flag of the state of Israel.
Right. Let's move on. Now we're going to get into some archaeology of what they call the Seal of Solomon and Star of David on synagogues and other things. So this book right here is the patriarchal history of the Jewish people. Right here we have what you see here. You see it here on the synagogue. This is the so-called 5-pointed one. It says probably the oldest representation of the Star of David in the synagogues of Capernaum, Palestine, 2nd century BCE. Now, y'all see this here, right? You're going to see more of this later on. Because not only was this on synagogues, but this also was in coins. And you'll see it out of other biblical sources where they dug it up and found them. Next slide. The Jewish world. History and culture of the Jewish people. Here we have here, this slide, more archaeology. Yashapa, I'm gonna let you read what it say. But what do y'all see here? You see the menorah, you see flower pattern, and you see the lily flower pomegranate bud sculptures right here. Can you read what it say, Yashapa?
Sure. Synagogue is the Greek word for the Aramaic. I can't read that part.
Open it up a little bit. Make it look just a little bit bigger if you can. Okay.
Okay. Synagogue is the Greek word for the Aramaic word kanishta, meaning a place where people come together. Before the destruction of the temple, synagogues were merely rooms for teaching and prayer. After the destruction, when prayer replaced sacrifice as the key point of the Jewish liturgy, they became the only centers of communal religious observance. Above, carved panel from Kafur Yasif with a series of abstract patterns, and top left, a stylized menorah and snuff dishes. Above right, main entrance to the synagogue of Ber-Am, 3rd century CE. Right, reconstructed remains of the synagogue at Capernaum, then a thriving town on the shores of the Sea of Galilee.
Right. And as you can see, the archaeology here on the synagogues, look at the beautiful patterns. But look at the menorahs. And this is just some of the archaeology. Now we're going to go into this Bible. This is another source, Harper's Bible Dictionary. And
I got that one.
What you see here, what it says, Solomon Seal from Stone Synagogue and Capernaum. As you see, different source, but they showing you once again, and like I said, they had this printed on coins. So we showing multiple sources. Go to another book called Ancient Synagogues Revealed. Okay? Ancient Synagogues Revealed. Yashapa, can you read this?
Rosetta incised on architectural fragment from Gamla Synagogue.
What y'all see there? See the flower shape?
Right. Hey, you sure you didn't put that there? That's the bull crap people. You didn't make that yourself.
These are from synagogue ruins of our people, and I it's so much
before you was born. Go ahead, brother.
All right, let me finish. The next slide. Same book.
Okay.
All right. What we have here? Can you read this, Yashapa?
Or En Neshut, a fragment of a lintel with a rosette inside a wreath.
Mm.
And what we have right here? You see it? Do y'all see the shape?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What is it right there? An ancient synagogue
6 points.
wow.
of our people. Next slide. Same book. What you see here? Can you read that, Yashapa?
En Neshut, a decorated pedestal upon which a column base rests.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
What you see there?
Like a lily right there.
Man, that look like a lily, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or a snowflake. Or the pomegranate.
Unrefutable.
Let me say this too real quick. Let me say this real quick. Everybody that you see that may wear what belongs to us, does that make them Israel? Okay? Understand that. Because a lot of times people show, see, our people know. Just because you see this don't mean it belonged to them. This belongs to us. It's us. Put that out there for somebody to get simple. Wait up.
Next slide. Now, this is one of my favorite ones here. Look at this ancient pottery. Can you I'll read this. Pottery lamp found in Nietzsche, right? What you see here, right? This right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the actual pottery that we use, right? But what you're looking at, this is the olive branch, QANATH. The Most High showed me this. I couldn't believe it. This is the olive branch on our pottery. You know, the olive branch play a big part in our culture for us Hebrew Israelites, right? And not only that they had it on this, but they also had it on necklaces, the olive branches of eight pointed. I'm gonna show that later down the line. But y'all see it here. This is the olive branches on our pottery. Get a good look of it. Beautiful. Hebrew Israelite pottery. Next slide. Jerusalem revealed archaeology in the Holy City, 1968 to 1974. Totally another book. Can you read this, Yashapa?
The front of one of the ornamented ossuaries bears, in shallow carving, the motif of a fluted column standing on a stepped base. It is flanked by.
Hold on one second. Here you have it here. What do you see?
Whoa.
Can y'all see it? What it say?
Ornamented ossuary with fluted column motif.
What you see? You see the menorah next to it? What you see?
Mm-hmm.
See it? Archaeology. But they said there wasn't no archaeology of none of this stuff. But we showing you live and direct. It's plenty archaeology. Let's go down. See it right here on another one? Can you read this?
Yep.
Well, not that part, but they can see it. See it?
Yep.
Can you read this for me, Yashapa? Well, you know what? I ain't gonna read all that. I'm gonna just skip all that. I don't want to hold it up, but I'll just go to the next slide. See even more evidence. Can you read that?
Sure. Ornamented ossuary inscribed Absalom.
See the menorah branch?
Good.
What do we have there?
Like a lily or a pomegranate.
All ancient scholarship work. And we still ain't done. Still ain't done. Now, can you read this right here, Yashapa? I want you to read what this says at the top.
chamber, and Nazarite tomb.
And now y'all know what a Nazarite is, right? A Nazarite Israelite. A Nazarite tomb. This is a tomb, a chamber where they bury him, right? Now let's look at let's look at what's in it. Y'all see that? I want y'all to look real close. What y'all see on the sarcophagus? What you see there?
What that look like, Paul?
Y'all see it? Y'all see it? But I'm crazy, right?
What that look like?
But y'all see it clearly as day. And ancient Israelite archaeology books showing proof beyond proof. And I can do the same thing with the menorah.
The Nazarites, pagan.
They can't, like I said, I can keep going. I got more to bring out. Here it is. Can you read this at the bottom, Yashapa?
Gun. All right, go this a little bit more,
I got it. It says a large Herodian
There we go.
on the Western Hill, Jewish quarter excavation, 1974, with the Temple Mount in the background. What do we see on the floor there?
That's huge.
I'm getting so many messages, man. People inboxing me on Facebook. I can't even.
Me too. They trying to say that people send me information, want us to share the information with. We'll try. But
y'all see it? Now, like I said, I ain't telling nobody what to wear. All I'm saying is decide for yourself. What we have here.
And look, we iron sharpen iron. Let's all learn from one another. That's all we saying.
Can you read that, Yashapa?
Have an ear.
It says stone sarcophagus bearing floral ornamentation.
Y'all see the grapes? Y'all know grapes play a big part in Israel, right? But what you see on the side here?
Yeah. Flowers.
See it? Stone sarcophagus. Different flowers.
This is part one.
Look, here's another one.
Detail.
See it? Israel used different shapes, different flowers, different patterns from different times. Even up to this is the Roman period, but we're going to show you the same stuff. They was even using it during the Maccabean period. People. There's no you can get around it. Next book. Ancient Hebrew Arts. See what it says? What it says here.
All these are books that the brother has. All of them. These are not books he found online.
You see what it says?
Maccabean period ossuaries.
There you have it. What you see there. Once again, during the Maccabean period. Now we showing Roman period, and now we showing in the Maccabean period. What do you see?
You know what? Let me say something real quick. That's what I want you to understand. Trace, hey, put the link in the room, please. Put the link in the room, moderators. What I want people to understand, like I said, they turn a lot of our good into evil. Right. Understand that. But you have to think and say to yourself on this wise. A lot of this is being linked up to our people, to the Israelites, point blank period. It's not to say, oh, they was worshiping wickedness. It's in the Bible what's wicked about certain things and what's not. I mean, it's right here in your face. Don't just want to look at the negative part, look at the positive part, and then weigh them both and see which one is heavier, right? Which one is, I can ask you right now, which one is heavier? 1,000 pounds of iron or 1,000 pounds of feathers? A lot of y'all gonna say iron because you don't use your brain. They both weigh the same, 1,000s of thousands.
Yeah.
So that means you gotta think, man. You gotta think. They took our rainbow and made it out of an abomination. They took the book that belongs to us and made it abominable. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Welcome, Tracy. We're gonna have you read.
Okay.
Sham ready to finish up too.
Let me turn it to the side there because I was trying to read with Yash. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yashapa, can you read this?
Wow.
All right, go ahead, Yashapa.
Yes. 1. Ossuary, upper length 0.58 m, showing a calyx-shaped glass subsequently added to the original decoration consisting of 2 6-pointed stars. Hebrew University, Jerusalem. 2. Ossuary, upper length 0.59 m, bearing the scratched inscription. This inscription indicates approximately how the founder of Christianity would have written his name. Published by Professor E.L. Sekonik, Archaeological Museum, Jerusalem.
You can read.
And here you have them right here. Maccabean period.
That's amazing.
Hey, while we bring this out too, I think this is very important that I say this while we're doing this lesson, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind.
Say what you want.
I'm glad that Sister Tracy came on, and we're gonna let you finish. This is very important because, see, a lot of times we be having these battles against one another and going back and forth. I want everybody to know that the Hebrew Israelite special FOPE side is not no male chauvinist pigs, right? We hate women, right? Or our women can't speak, right? Our women on this side of the platform is intelligent, scholars, right? Educated, right? And spiritually inclined, right? And are honorable, point blank, period. You know, simple as that. You know, I kept my face off, but I'm glad Tracy showing hers, my Yashapa showing hers. You know, so everybody know that that's how we rock and roll on this side. But go ahead, Shaw. I don't want to finish your presentation.
All right. So can you read that part right there, Yashapa?
Ooh, I need glasses.
Sure.
Okay, that's better.
Ossuaries decorated with stars, rosettes, and flowers. Archaeological Museum, Jerusalem.
I don't know why this guy came on the program. And we telling this dude, he wasn't even invited on. That dude posed.
Don't worry about it. He's he's a nice guy. But this, you get it. Go ahead, finish up. Don't worry about it. Just stay there. Go ahead, Yashpa.
Detail from synagogues. 1. Marble screen about 0.18 in height, showing candlestick, shofar,
and
lulav, and ethrog from the synagogue at Ascalon.
Look at that.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, this is our symbols, right? This is what a lot of you brothers have on your table, your classes and everything. But stop saying everything is pagan. Be butt naked. If everything pagan, walk naked.
Can leave
Walk naked. It's pagan to have on drawers. Fruity Looms. It's pagan. You can't wear a Heinz or Hanes, whatever you call it. It's pagan.
Oh my goodness.
Free yourself, Negro. Free yourself.
Oh, my sister.
I'm sorry. I'm funny too, y'all. I got it. Most High bless you with it. Oh, praise it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shut up and read that.
From the synagogue at Capernaum. 1. Stone ornament, hexagon, pomegranates, and sunwheel. Typical decorations of the Taurus frieze on the entablature which served to enliven the straight lines of the superstructure. Similar ornaments appear earlier in a similarly rigid manner upon Maccabean tomb facades, on coins and ossuaries.
And now we showed the Maccabee ossuaries earlier, and they saw them. And now you seeing it on a synagogue, this during the Roman period. Remember we showed the flower earlier, looked like that?
Pomegranate.
That's nice.
Remember we showed the flower looked like that?
Yep.
It's the lily. That's the
Hallelujah.
See? Roman period.
That's nice. Wow.
Shalom, Sister Star.
Now I want to deal with this right here.
Ooh.
Called the Old Testament times. We're going to deal with the Babylonian king.
Nice glasses.
Right?
I don't want to wear them either.
So everybody know what this is, right? And you got Israelites out there who teach that when they see this right here, this is the Star of David, or they'll say the Star of Remphan, but which is not. It's going to tell you exactly what they was giving them. Can you read this, Yashapa?
One of the panels of the black obelisk of Shalmaneser III, depicting Israelite captives bringing tribute. The kneeling figure may represent Yehu.
Okay, so y'all see that here,
man, bro. I didn't know you.
Right, now this
brother, I didn't know you had it. Dang, go ahead. I'm
this-
sorry, Slocky. That's powerful right there, brother.
This during the time of the Babylonians, right? But I'm gonna show more than one source. That's one source, and I got this in like 8 different books, different sources. I'm gonna show it out of this book right here called.
Hey, I gotta use that on my. I gotta use that on my breakdown on Hosea, the whole book on Shalmaneser right there, man. That image shows you how they look.
Right. Understanding the Bible through history and archaeology, right? So, Yashapa, can you read this part right here?
The black obelisk commemorating the campaigns of Shalmaneser III, 858 through 824. The scenes follow the circumference of the monument, each register describing a different event, in this case, tribute offering of different rulers and countries, about 6 feet 8 inches high.
Right, so we see the whole stela there, right? Now, what I want to get into is what it says, because now we're looking at the very same picture, same source. Now, take a good look at what y'all see there, too, because you can't really see it too good because of the screen, but you see, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see what's here, right? Now, can you, I don't know if this is clear enough for you to read.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give it a shot.
Your eyes read. If you read that, you're good, Yashapa. See it.
Detail of the second register of the black obelisk showing King Jehu, son of Omri, of the northern kingdom of Israel, capitulating to the Assyrian ruler in the presence of court officials and of the symbols of 2 divinities. Above the panel runs part of the explanatory description in the cuneiform characters of the Cyrenian language. The signs visible on this side of the obelisk read, tribute of Jehu, son of Omri. On the other 3 sides, the inscription goes on to say, gold, a golden bowl, a golden vase with jointed base, golden tumblers, golden buckets, 10, and 10, a staff for a king.
Right. Now, you notice it said a pointed based. Well, I showed y'all those same symbols. These are the gifts they brought to Shalmaneser in his hand. See the pointed base? When they try to say that was what, no, these are the actual gifts that the northern kingdom was bringing to the king to pay tribute. They gave them the staff. See the staff?
Hey, brother.
Oh, See the golden base? They all is the gifts. These dudes don't know what the hell they talking about. They say, oh, that's that has nothing to do with it. They're wrong. Wrong. And as we go on, remember,
brother, can I say?
Go ahead, Panal. Go ahead.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry. Hey, Shawshan, my deeply apologies.
No, you
okay? Fine. And I want you to finish up.
Go ahead.
Hey, look. Hey, watch this, man. I can't help it. When you read that, right? It talked about the Syrians and all this, right?
Right.
Do y'all see the images of these people?
And look,
go back to the words a little bit.
Enough, you know, I got more books on the Babylonian the Syrian Empire. That's why I said I don't know what they talking about when they talk about the Syrians and all that. And I be trying to show them. I'm like, these dudes is crazy, man. I know what I got.
Look at that.
Do y'all see the Assyrians? Do y'all see the picture? The pictures.
We can't get him, man.
Stop playing.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hey, Pooh, we're gonna get you on. We almost done about
give
us the time, brother. Take your time.
You see the gifts. These are the actual gifts they brought them, the staff. This has nothing to do with them because they try to say this is what they was worshiping. This is not the sun wheel. The sun wheel looks totally different from this. These are the gifts that the Israelites brought to them. And I got pictures of that, but I'm gonna add that onto another show where I'm gonna show you the difference from what you see in the pictures from the actual sun wheel that the Babylonians worship. It's not the same. So that kills that lie because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have enough books and they don't do enough research.
And also when the priest and the temple was decorated with these with the pomegranate, the lily, and so on and so forth, right? And the bell, right? This is not the breastplate, right? That's not why they went into captivity.
It had nothing to do with it. That had
nothing hold your comments out. Wait.
That had nothing to do with it. Now, what y'all see here is what I was showing earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Back on, Shawshan.
Now, what I was showing earlier when we were showing the 5-pointed symbol that they was using, as you can see right here, this is the coin, right? And it has Jerusalem.
Wow.
Yashapa?
Right.
Drawings of original official seals of the Persian province of Judah in the days of Ezra and Nehemiah, 5th and 4th century BCE. The upper spells out food equal Judah, and the lower Yerushalayim equals Jerusalem.
Exactly. So what you're looking at is a coin that has Jerusalem on it. It has 5 points. 5 points. The same thing that's on the synagogue. You're looking at a coin now. Now that's one source. Go to your inbox. Everybody send me stuff. I think Mighty Hebrew must have sent me a bunch of stuff. That's one source, right? Now I'm gonna show you this out of multiple books, not just one. I'm gonna show you out another book too, as well. Now here's the actual coin. See, that says Jerusalem. This is the actual coin. See it?
No.
Jerusalem. Right here, the actual.
Wow. But that's pagan.
The actual coin.
No, that's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why am I?
Amazing, Shawshan.
Hold on one second. I don't know why am I doing that. I apologize.
If you got to take him out, then he can come back in later. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
And like I said, like we said earlier, this is not even. Oh man.
All right.
I gotta do my part, and Shawshan gotta come back to his part, and we gotta do a part again together.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Mighty Hebrew, I'd rather for you to come on here and show that yourself out, because I don't want to misinterpret nothing you want me to bring out, bro. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to be funny. I'd rather for you come on here and speak on that part yourself. But I'm gonna continue on with my presentation here. Harper's Bible Dictionary, right? Now I'm gonna show you the actual jewelry that they found. Right now, remember I showed y'all that pottery that I said that was the olive leaf that had 8 points. All right, so in this Bible dictionary here, they found some jewelry. Right, this is the actual jewelry. See, gold jewelry found in Talarad. BC. So what you see here, right? See the necklace piece? This necklace piece has 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That represents the olive leaf, the olive branch, and what I showed you on that pottery. But they also have it in 6 points as well. It's fine gold jewelry. This is actual jewelry that the Israelites wore, and I'm gonna show it in other images and in other sources, biblical sources. Here's another book, Illustrated Dictionary of Bible Manners and Customs. Can you read this, Yashapah, for me?
What's in the yellow?
Yeah, just read the
necklace from Ras Shamra. Among the discoveries at the excavations in Ugarit, Ras Shamra, was this necklace, which from its position could be given a date in the 14th century BC. It is made up of beads of gold, silver, cornelian, amber, pearls, and it has an addition of a number of pendants. Such necklaces were very popular at the time. They were worn in ancient Israel.
That's good. Now,
tablets in Exodus.
That's good. Thank you, Yashapah. Now they say that these necklaces was popular and they was worn in ancient Israel. Let's take a look at the necklace so y'all can see the necklace yourself. Here's the necklace. See the necklace? Now, what do you see on the pendant? The same pendant I just showed y'all. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Beautiful.
Ancient necklaces that Israelites wore out of gold. But they tell y'all there's no archaeology and no proof of it. But I'm showing you, remember they said they wore them as talismans against evil. Here you have it out of another biblical source showing you that we wore them on our neck.
Wow.
So let me go to the next slide.
Amazing.
Okay. The Golden Bible Atlas with reliefs and maps. We're going to go right to this page here. And what do you see here? What do you see there?
Wow.
There you have it. Once again, so many sources showing you this stuff. But they tell you there's no information on it. And Israel never had it. Right? Let's see what it says up here. Some of the richest imported by Solomon from district countries. And we know he got peacocks, monkeys, ivory, gold, and had what you see there, that our people had that. And look how it looks. It's a necklace pendant. Same shape. Just like a pomegranate, like a lily bud out. Necklace pendants that our people wore. There's no way you can get around it. No way you can get around it. Next source. This book is called Bible as History, Second Revised Edition, Warner Keller. And here you have it again right here.
Wait, back again. What's the name?
You don't have to buy this book. I got extra copies if you want one.
All right, it was send that.
All right. As you can see here, figure 64, it tells you Judite bearing the inscription of Jerusalem. Here it is, the ancient coin. We showed it in one source, now we're showing it in another source, meaning multiple sources, showing you multiple biblical sources, archaeology books. Jerusalem, right here on ancient coins. Next slide. Once again, you'll see it again. This is the slide bearing the ancient coin of Jerusalem and Yehuda. Here, ancient coins. Now, this is what y'all really need to see. See these? See it? Actual findings, right? Yashapah, can you read it? highlighted here. Please read it.
Wow.
In the 8th century BC, the prophet Isaiah uttered this warning. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon. 2,680 years later, the director of the French excavations at Whitehaven, referring to the gold ornaments depicted above, declared, "We are not only finding references to these ornaments in the Ras Shemra text, but the ornaments themselves, which according to the passage in Isaiah, Yahweh would one day take away from the haughty daughters of Zion."
And there you have it. You see it? The necklace piece that I showed in multiple sources, you can't get around it. They had it on talismans. Solomon put it on chains. I'm pretty sure they had other designs of it, but I'm showing physical archaeology that was dug up and found that Israel had. There's no way that they can get around it.
Nope.
No way.
Around it.
I see all the archaeology, all those slides from the Hebrew to from the English, Hebrew, Greek, archaeology proof. I don't know what else to tell y'all. You know what I mean? But there you have it.
You got more. You got more?
I don't know. I think
the next lesson.
Slide. Oh, that's the last slide. That was it. So that's the end of my presentation.
Okay, now let me say something. All praises. Hey, you know what? Let me do this real quick for you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I hope y'all enjoyed.
Hallelujah.
Let me say this though, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all enjoyed the presentation. Like I said, I ain't telling nobody what to do. All I'm telling y'all is choose for yourself, think for yourself, do your own research. That's a lot of research for you there. You got other research you want to add into it, that's fine with me. But like I said, don't listen to people that want to tell you read 2 scriptures and they're going to tell you this is something. Tell them give you more proof. Because to me, you got to show me more proof if you're telling me this is Star of Moloch.
That was beautiful, Shawshanna.
So let me say something here. Mighty Hebrew, you kind of blinking out. It's like circle.
Yeah, his connection is like.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, it's buffering a little bit. So I hope everybody was edified in this. And like I said, this was just part 1 of some of the evidence that we have. And we will listen to everybody information. You know, this is one thing. Let me say this before I let anybody speak. You know, and anybody put our program, have respect for our program. All right, because we all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And the scripture talk about iron sharpening iron. Right? We can disagree to disagree. We can disagree and also say, you know, I may disagree, but I'm gonna go back and take what you told me and look into it. Right? That's how iron sharpens iron. Okay. I hope everybody was edified in this lesson. Like we said, this was just part 1 of it. It could be really a 3 or 4 part series on it. We done this like 8 years ago, 5, 6, 7 hours, you know, and we still never completed the whole thing. You understand? This is just part of it, a very small part of it. You know, I'd like to thank Shawshanna again, man. You've done a wonderful job, brother. Yashapa, thank you for your reading. You too, Moshe. You know, I know Sister Trace was coming on to read too, but my wife, she was just rolling with it.
I'm glad she read because I couldn't hardly see any of that. I was like, oh, couldn't see it. I could barely see it. It would have been bad.
Good.
Shawshanna, that was excellent.
Mighty Hebrew.
Brother.
His connection.
Come back in the room. The link. Okay. The link is back in the room. The link is back in the room. All right. Now, he left off because I was about to tell him he can come and tell him to go ahead and speak, and he left. So I was just about to tell him he could speak. What's his name?
He's probably
He
having
was on all this time. I was just about to tell him he could go ahead and speak. No, not Mighty Hebrew, the other guy. What's his name? Mighty Hebrew, come on, speak. He can speak too. I was going to read what Mighty Hebrew sent me, man, but that's just, whew.
Seems
That was
like
just too much.
some type of internet problems, Wi-Fi problems.
Hey, Pool, you're welcome to come on and say what you got to say. You come back on. I had you on. You was patient all that time in the background, and I put your face on. I was about to let you speak. So come on back, and you can say what you got to say. You're welcome to come back, say what you got to say. Ain't nobody going to down you, brother. You still our brothers. Say what you got to say.
Thank you.
Come on back.
The information is undeniable. You can't refute what he brought out.
Yeah, y'all still true for yourself, you know. But like I said, I study and I'm a researcher, so ain't nobody can tell me anything. But part 2 is going to be much more detailed. We're going to be going into the temple and showing how it was laid out in the temple and things like that as well.
Wow. Great show.
Yeah, in scripture,
what he brought out was
it may be another 2 or 3 hours, but part 2 is even deeper. That was just to wet the lily. All right, brother, you've been on I ain't gonna say you was in the back room patient, but you damn sure wasn't patiently calming, boy. But go ahead, man. You still my brother, man. Go ahead and say what you gotta say. We listen. Go ahead. You got it.
Look, first and foremost, brother Shalom, I have no scoffing in me, bro. I'm about the truth, and he brought a lot of receipts tonight. There's a lot of things I learned, from what he brought out. So I just want to be clear on that. The only thing that I ask is that you just elaborate a little bit on what the scriptures have to say, because one of the first commandments is for us to not have any graven images. And I know that over a period of time, Israel was known for going off, both the northern kingdom and, throughout our history. So just to be clear, I understand certain things were unearthed. I understand that certain things were shown that, like I said, it was remarkable information. But as far as graven images and also how the heathens are using those things right now, especially that 5-pointed star, it just kind of threw me off because, I want to be in line with the Most High ones. That's the most important thing to me. And I don't want to teach anybody anything that's going to cause them to go off. So you could just edify me on what the scriptures have to say about that. I'm good to go. Because like I said, the snowflake.
Let me answer that, Stan.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Let me answer that real quick, because, and I appreciate your meekness. I appreciate that. And your humbleness on that. I really appreciate it as brothers. That's how we're supposed to dialogue. I would just open up the first statement you made. And the first statement you made, you said you don't want to teach anybody about graven image. And this will be opened up with. So I'm going to read definition of graven image. A carved idol. An idol. Now we look up what the word idol means. And it says, or representation of a god used as an object of worship. Now, this whole presentation, the Israelites we talked about, have anything to do with worship of what we spoke of, the lily, the pomegranate, the snowflake, none of the stuff that we talked about the Israelites had to do anything with graven image. That graven image means idol, representation of a god used as an object of worship. The heathen did that. Not saying we didn't do that. But what we brought out today was to show the part that what was given to us in the scripture, right? In the valley of nuts, to see the pomegranate budded, right? It talks about all this stuff. It didn't talk about an image that was worship. So yeah, you teach right. Don't teach nobody to worship that, because we don't teach that.
Right.
Right. So what we taught tonight didn't have anything to do with worship. What y'all saying?
Right. What I was showing was, since I came I've been in this now for almost 10 years, a decade. People always said that there was no evidence of this. And a lot of elders would lie from like different high ranks from schools or whatever when they be doing that teaching, because you know in the knowledge you don't know much. So they always would say things like, "Oh, this is satanic or this and that." But when you start doing your own research, and I started praying to the Most High, I said, "You know what, man? I'm not listening to everybody no more, because people ain't in this walk. I learned they ain't not going to sit down and teach you everything. They're going to teach you what they want to know, and then a lot of them don't want you to have more knowledge than them. They get upset. They find out you starting to pass them in knowledge. They feel some type of way. I never cared about that. All I want to do was learn the truth. What we do here at FOPE, we want to put out the exact truth, or what we know is to be the truth. That's it. That's the only thing that's important to us. Ain't about who bring it out. Ain't about what your rank. Ain't about if you're an elder, if you want a Lord totem pole or whatever. That's all my presentation is about. To show the people what I know the Most High showed me as the truth. Not a lie, not to have followers, not to get people in their congregation, for the people can choose for themselves. That's why I said what I said now. If you can defute what I brought out, hey, then show me something else. Because I've been studying this for years, trying to figure it out myself too. But I didn't come up with the breakdown. A friend of ours named Yaqubad Analab showed us this. He studied it for 2 years and he brought it to us. I did the archaeology research part of it, and we all brought it all together. And that's how it came.
Actually, let me say this.
What?
And you know what?
He studied long of it. And he's been part of FOP for years.
Right.
I was gonna say I don't think anything that
you know what? Hey, Poe, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Poe.
No, I was just gonna say I don't honestly believe that anybody can refute anything that you showed. I was scoffing at one point when you had brought out the 5-pointed star with the square script, because the square script has been found to be Canaanite. But then when you showed it with the Gabaray or the original Hebrew, I was like, oh, I'm sold. You know, that's us. That's our symbol. You know?
Hallelujah.
So honestly, I'm on board.
I'm not even dead. I got more books. I got like 17 archaeology books, and I didn't even touch half the stuff in that. I got some other stuff I got to bring up.
It's just so wicked. It's just so wicked.
Let him finish up though. Yep.
Yeah, it's just so wicked that these Jews out here, these Jewish, they stole everything, man. They corrupted it, and they turned it into something wicked.
They did.
That's what's hitting me at this point.
Right.
That's why Israel. You notice a lot of Israelites, they won't put a rainbow on. I got a rainbow on my girdle. I'm not ashamed of it because I know I ain't no homosexual.
Another example.
Yeah, everybody in the kingdom of heaven. I don't give a damn what they say. If it represents come for it, it's ours. So I'm taking it back. But yeah, that's a prime example of it.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, I'm here.
Check this out, brother. I want Mighty Hebrew to come on. Damn, I was just about to let him speak, and then he went off.
He's having a connection.
But let me say, like I said,
he's having a real bad connection problem.
He's having a real bad connection. He was in there, but he said he wasn't able to speak or even hear anything.
Yeah, so brothers.
Okay. Hey, we got scriptures too, brother. I'm sorry. We got scriptures too, brother.
Oh yeah, so that's
we got scripture to bring out too. So I mean, we just this is not even, brother. This is like that, you know. Yeah. All we said is have an open mind. We used to teach against this.
Right.
I mean, hard body. We teach against this hard body, but we decided to say, you know what, we're gonna stop this being scoffers, going against people. We're gonna sit and listen, and what they tell us, we're gonna go look and see. Right, for ourselves. And that's what we did. Some stuff we say, oh, you wrong. Or, you know what, we don't see what you see. Right. And then some stuff we say, damn, you're right. You know, my brother Yaqubad, he brought this to us. And then we also going deeper into it with our own studies. Like, man, you know, and then other people bringing stuff in. But hold on, before I want you to finish, brother. I'm going to let you finish, but I'm reading this. Mighty Hebrew, take your phone off, your joint off of mute. And please say something, because I see you got yourself on mute. So you can take yourself off mute and come in and say what you got to say, because I appreciate what the brother. If I'm saying your name wrong, please forgive me. I said he said Pole. Am I saying it right?
It's Pole. Pole.
Oh, okay, good. Are you on? Are you here? Shalom. Okay, he's on mute. Shan, you got him on mute? I see he got his phone. You on mute.
Hold on, let me see if I can take him off.
You gotta take yourself off mute.
Oh, it says he chose to mute himself. He got to unmute himself.
He said it doesn't work.
You gotta unmute yourself.
It said the guest chose.
No, yes it does. You gotta.
It says the guest. It says the guest chose to mute himself, so we can't unmute him.
Okay. So Paul, I hope everybody can see, man. We bring people. All right, there you go. Go ahead.
Shalom, shalom. You can hear me?
There you go.
Shalom.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. Trying to get through on this joint. But let me just jump to the point real quick. So again, everybody can hear me?
Gone.
Yes.
Oh man, where'd it go?
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yo, it's great.
Yeah, they must have want Mighty Hebrew to be on here.
Yeah, right? Hey, Mighty Hebrew.
I want to hear
what it is. No, what it is. No, what it is. Mighty Hebrew got the can with the shoestring in the middle. Talking, man. You got to upgrade up. Get rid of the shoestrings in the can.
Ooh.
See, I'm doing old school. Y'all don't even know.
Hello.
You got the can on can and the shoestring right. Hello. Right, that's what he doing, right? Come on, brother. We in 2020. Put the string mean can down, man. But Tracy, I want you to do something because like the brother Poe said, he was sold, and my sister, she was kind of against it, but some of this was shown to her last night. So if you want to speak on the presentation that you heard tonight.
Wow, I'm definitely blown away because I was definitely against it. I actually thought it was a 6-point hexagram. I always thought it was a 6-point hexagram for at least the past 13 years. So from what the presentation Sham brought out today with the science, archaeology, even the DNA, it's amazing. Even things that's in the earth, even the things that's in the earth with the water, how it's shaped, different, man, I'm blown away, Sham.
Right.
And like I said, necklace for me, I'm gonna get a bracelet and a ring. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear.
And we're not worshiping it, no graven image, none of that.
Right.
It's not a graven image, it's just something, it's a lily and a pomegranate. That's what we wore. That was just the Most High loved lilies. It was put on the temples. It was put on the garments of the Levi priests. So why can't we wear it? It's our symbol.
Right. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna make more videos, talk about how stupid and dumb we are, and that's Rim Fam. But then they get cartoons from Yu-Gi-Oh and all this stuff, but don't bring no scholarship. But they say something wrong with us, and that's why a lot of people trying to insult my intelligence, like I'm slow. I'm not slow, and a lot of people don't know. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was in special education. A lot of people don't know that I was in special education. They put me in special education because they thought that I was slow. And I say I'm not slow, but since y'all think I'm slow, fine. You know, I could pass easy. I'll sit my ass in this class. I was a damn near straight A student all through elementary and middle. So I took it with a grain of it wasn't no problem.
Hey, let me say something real quick. Hold on, Let me say something. Hey, Paul, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. And like I said, you sold on it. Hey, man, I don't know what everything you believe in, man, but whatever it is you believe in, man, we can always iron sharpen iron, man. Pretty most out, he bring us closer to him. You know, bring us closer to him. Prince, Charlene Dean, brother, take your phone off mute. Let me say this before you come on, Prince. Hey, JJ. Now I gotta talk to you real straight, cause Paul like he was coughing earlier, right? Somebody got is that who got that noise in the background?
I don't know.
Not me.
That was a mighty
But
Hebrew.
that was Prince. Yeah. And the phone was, it was still making all that noise. Hey, JJ, bring your ass over here, bring your ass. All right? You said it can be disputed. Either bring your ass over here. And guess what? I'm talking to just, bring excitement to it. But I just want to hear what you got to say, and then we'll go back and look what you said. Bring your ass.
Who said that, Quanath?
Oh, came on here, he came on here scoffing hard, respectful, right? And came in the back room and waited patiently.
I still hear that noise.
See what he had to say.
I hear it too. I hear it too.
And the crazy thing was, while I was back here, that's when he started.
I'm gonna try to mute.
He saved all the good slides for late. Had he brought those slides out early, I wouldn't have had nothing to say.
I told you I had to say I did the whole slideshow. Everything was categories. From when it goes to the necklaces, I kept it there. When it goes to the earth part, I kept that stuff there. When I went through with the Hebrew, and I did it all that way, so I wouldn't confuse people, because I didn't want to be all over the place, and then people looking and they'd be like, that's why I said if I keep it all in place and they can see it. Like, I don't know if he was there at the beginning when I actually showed it out of a biblical source, when they actually had a picture of what I believe is the shield of David. You see what I'm saying? I showed an actual picture of it.
Right, I saw that, but it was on a map. So it was like when you showed it on the map, I really couldn't tell what was going on with that.
Right,
like the authenticity of it.
Right, and that's what I was saying. So, I'm not going to say 100% that it is, but I'm saying because they had it in there, I believe that that's probably how it actually looks. I was shocked to see that in the biblical source. I was shocked to see that in the biblical source.
Yeah. So listen, brothers, I ain't gonna
say, I apologize.
I want somebody else to get on here I want somebody to get on here, who's not convinced. I mean, like I said, y'all got me while I was backstage waiting. So I'm good. I wanted to see the scriptural aspect of it. And
yeah, we're gonna bring more of that.
We're gonna bring it out next time.
We're gonna bring more of that.
That's what it is. But I'm gonna jump back off and get into learning mode. So it's what it is.
Okay, I appreciate it, brother.
Hey, brother, inbox. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook,
bro? I'm not on social.
Okay, what you can do? Hey, what you can do? If you look in the phone number, our phone number is 202-491-0942. Or you can inbox us at yjohnson@yahoo.com. Johnson.
Yeah, throw that in the chat. That way I can take a screenshot of it.
Y'all. Yeah, y'all put moderators put the email in the back in the commentary so he can come on. But I said JJ, right, but I just say why. So why come on here, man, and talk about it. You say it's not Jerry Springer, whatever. Let's talk about it. That's all. Put the link is in the room. Why? Come on here and talk about it.
All right, shalom.
I think that was him. Come on, come on, why?
And also
why you want to do this to yourself?
With any military that was back in the biblical days, on their shield they all had a symbol on their shield, all of them.
A symbol.
So that is definitely that shield. That's the shield of David.
But see, I actually became teach it as a signet, but I say it's no biblical proof of that. You can read it in the scriptures, but it doesn't say that that's the signet of King David. So that's why I don't teach that that's a signet of his, because I'm like, I haven't found that there. Or the way they say, it's the two triangles words together, or whatever they say in Elisha Makodash, but you don't see that in the scriptures. So that's why I'm like, you can't teach that to somebody, you know what I mean? Or as the concept of what it is. So that's why I would never teach that, That's why I stick to pomegranate lily, because I can add that.
Exactly.
But you can't, what they be trying to present, I don't go off that, but they stick to the old teachings from 1969. They don't change nothing. Whatever the elders taught then, they keep it the same. Even if it's true or wrong, they don't care. They'll still teach it, even if it's false. So I never understood that.
We got the best flour The pomegranate is a very good fruit. It's amazing.
Oh, hold on. Here go Mighty Hebrew again. Let's see if he
Yeah,
can.
it definitely has great health benefits too.
Yes, it does.
QANATH,
I'm
mute yourself.
so proud of that. I'm proud right now.
I just wanted to say thanks again, man, Shashan, man, you know, for bringing that up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it definitely clarifies some things, and the information that you put out there, you know, I was taking notes, and, you know, I'm definitely going to look into it. You know what I'm saying? So this way I can have something to get into a discussion about. You know, I'm not really big on debates or anything like that, but definitely if someone be like, you know, they see me wearing this, you know what I'm saying? They see me wearing it, you know, they're like, oh, you know what that means? And I'm like, well, I have some information. Well, if you can refute that, the information that I was presented with, if you can refute that, then let's have it. You know, let's talk about it, because, you know what I'm saying. I think it's important to actually discuss about it, because, like I said, you know, I was told about, you know, at first, you know, Renfran and the 6 pointer, you know, yada yada, but then also too in that it's just like, well, wait a minute. And then when you actually look in the scriptures, they don't say anything about no 6-pointed star being, you know, on no garments or anything like that, but they do mention the pomegranate being on the garments on the ends, like when you are, you know, like especially for the Levite priests,
the hymns, right? And they was
the hymns,
when
you know, and that,
right. And when you go into it, right, it's needlework, it's embroidery, it's
right,
woven
embroidery. So they're actually
the shape, and it was 3 colors: scarlet, purple, and blue. So it looks like what they say is a star, but it's not a star. It's that shape in 3 colors, which is the pomegranate and the bell. And I said,
you're giving it away. That's the next class. You're giving it away. That's
what I tell you. These guys, when and slow,
you're giving it away,
mother, and they don't study, and they try to tell me something wrong with me. I said, brother, I know what embroidery is.
We're gonna show you how embroidered in the scripture.
We're gonna show you.
We're gonna show how it was embroidered in the scriptures. How all in the scriptures. We're gonna show you all that. Here.
We'll just focus on that.
But they had never touched
it. Very good, healthy fruit, and it tastes good.
Right. But see, they had never touched them scriptures. When you ask them, what is it? What did it look like? Can you show us?
Right.
They never touched them scriptures.
And you know the other part that's beautiful too, that the Most High's favorite plant is the lily.
Exactly.
Like, whoa, there you go.
Absolutely.
So it makes sense why they would put that on, you know, that image on
everything.
On everything. But it's not worshiping a graven image. That's not worshiping it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here and I look at an image of a pomegranate or an image of a lily, and I'm going, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's worshiping. But I'm just putting it on that, you know, yeah.
That's the same thing with the manure. They use the manure in witchcraft when you go into the Kabbalah. They got it with the hands and these satanic symbols and all that. But people never speak about that.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So,
but if nobody got no more questions, man, we're gonna wrap this up because it's 12 o'clock.
What we gonna do? We're gonna wrap it up. I just want to do one thing. JJ, we're gonna give you 60 seconds, man. And guess this bring forth, come on alive. 60 seconds, brother. My brother. 60 seconds and say what you gotta say, man. Because listen, there's no way I can listen to 2 hours and 23 minutes and 39 seconds of a program and disagree, and somebody say, come prove your point, and then you won't come on and do it. I mean, I'm 51. You sounding like you 18 or 17 right now. And I'm not trying to be facetious in any way, shape, form, or fashion. No disrespect. But a man said, oh man, I listened to 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. He said, I can come on, I'm gonna say my piece.
Right.
I'm gonna come on and say my piece, man. We at 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 10 seconds. I will come on. There's no way I let somebody for damn near 2.5 hours and disagree, unless You are the devil the Bible speaks of. Because there's no way I'm going to listen to 2 hours and 30 minutes of disagreeing and wasting my time. I'd have been making love with my wife or going to a damn movie or doing something before I sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes and disagree and don't even come on and talk about it. Nigga, I'll be eating some watermelon and fried chicken. And watch a video for 2 hours and 30 minutes and disagree and don't come on the air and talk about it. Bring your ass on here and get FOPE up tonight. Or get off. Lock them. If you don't get on here in the next 30 seconds, I don't listen to 2 hours. Bye. Block J YY. Why you did it?
That's it, man. Look, man, we done with this, man. It's over. We didn't finish the presentation.
Play the music and let's go.
We out of here. Let's go. People think no more.
Hey,
y'all done stated. Y'all done got y'all class for Monday. I'm so happy y'all happy. Do some research, and if you find some more information, please send it to us so we can.
You must be El Chapo. El Chapo. Play music, y'all stamp.
Most high.
Get us out of here, boy.
You got FOPE up, man.
Bye, everybody. Shalom.
He's great and terrible. Terrible is destruction. Y'all think it comes back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Yo! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Won't all the smoke, motherfucker, popo. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that sword. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker, Jewish. We Lord. Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say, Jacob, don't take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the ox on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives no red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Won't all the smoke, motherfucker, popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of
Play my battle cry against us, Sam.
Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm higher. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. khaki-colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk, let my people go, cause
I heard my baby girls again. Say it again.
That's so real funny, Dada. I like that song.
You like that song?
Yeah. Yeah, I said
Yeah, dude. Play it again.
That's cute.
You know why we're not afraid? What? He's great and terrible. Terrible is destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we're out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. Whoa! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that swore. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We Lord. Generals on your soldiers, we fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red got that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and Nat painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki-colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk, let my people go, cause
Let's go, girls. Good.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. Most High bless.
Thank you.